Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com, joined by Scott, and if we're together it can mean only one thing. It's time to talk about gun crime. No, it's not. It's time to hit that jingle.
Hot dang, there's news, give it all you got. I guess it's time for Jules and Scott.
And we're back in the room, and today we're talking about Assassin's Creed, or more importantly, we're talking about the name of the potential next Assassin's Creed, which is meant to be...
Assassin's Creed Dynasty.
Which
Dynasty.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah.
We've had this debate every day for years.
Is it Dynasty or Dynasty?
Oh, is it Yakuza or Yakuza? It's Yakuza, but that's all right.
Okay, fair enough. Either way, that means that the new Assassin's Creed is rumoured to be set over in the Orient, which is going to be interesting, but there are some details behind it that may throw up a few curveballs along the way.
So to get to the meat of this, which is the discussion as to how Assassin's Creed can tackle the East, basically this rumour comes from PlayStation Universe, who did an interview with a guy that worked on the animation for the game, the upcoming game. He worked for a company called Technicolor, and he was the guy, Mr. No Name, who said the code name for the game is Assassin's Creed Dynasty. This chap has now been let go / fired / oh my god, you let the cat out of the bag, what the hell are you doing? And then PlayStation Universe updated their story, their article on it, by saying that they've talked to various industry insiders and they're more sure than ever that the code name, the name of the new game, is Assassin's Creed Dynasty. So,
kind of a roundabout the house's way of doing things. Basically, they had a name, then they said, whoa, maybe that's not the name.
You're not supposed to know that yet.
Actually, that is a good name. Maybe we should make that. Because I'm just going to put it out there, I'm probably not the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed. I've not played that many of them, if I'm honest. However, I would be more interested in something that's set, in that, if it's going to be set in the past as well, that could be quite good.
So the word dynasty, I started Googling different dynasties because Assassin's Creed has done China before in the Assassin's Creed Chronicles side-scrolling thing, and I don't think they would repeat that.
Did not do well with
No,
graphics.
it didn't. Although, like, in terms of the visuals and the general production, like the general look of that game, I still like that, but I'm a big sucker for anything that's sort of set in either China or Japan anyway. Again, huge Yakuza fan. But, because they've already done China, I think they would do Japan.
Makes sense.
Even though the word dynasty tends to be associated
with China.
With China. Yeah. So I did Google Japanese dynasties. If we go with the Ming dynasty, that dates it to the end of the 1300s / the beginning of the 1400s.
Oh, I see what you mean. So then it could therefore carry on straight into that.
Well, it could be that, but if it's a Japanese dynasty, because it's so much more reaching, it means that it's harder to pin down what time period they're going to go with. My point was, if they do modern day stuff, which I don't think they would, but if it doesn't pin it down to a specific time, like it does if we did a Chinese dynasty. Warriors.
I think I understood that.
Yeah? You know.
Wherever and whenever this game is going to be set, it's going to be interesting for fans because there's been a lot of movement within the Assassin's Creed universe as such. I mean, Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, Black Flag were kind of like where I'd say that the series high point is for a lot of fans. And it's not been going dramatically downhill, but it's definitely had its undulations. Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, that is a talking point with that because, as you might remember, we savaged it. I hadn't actually played it.
I came back around on it.
And then you came back around on it, and they said it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then people like Jim Sterling, other people, have also gone and savaged it, but then fans vehemently defend it, so it's kind of one of those things where it's very mixed critical reception. So going forward, if they can learn some lessons from Assassin's Creed Origins going forward into the Dynasty or Dynasty, that could be quite useful. I mean, what would you like to see carried forward into this new game?
I guess the general crack with Origins is that it has a horrible opening, and then it opens up a hell of a lot more, and you start to feel the detail of the world, and it even starts to feel a bit like The Witcher 3. So I would like that level.
That's a big comparison. I'm
not the first person to make that the thing.
Is it like the Dark Souls of...
Not me doing this! Sabotaging every goddamn thing.
So yeah, I mean, like, what would you like to see carried forward from it?
I would like to see the level of detail that's in the world that reminded me of The Witcher 3, funnily enough. Because I think that if they really did their research, which they always do, one of the things that's always been a really positive thing with Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft is just how much time and effort they put into recreating
That is true. You cannot fault them for that.
No.
Their world design may be generic, but at least it's potentially historically accurate.
Plus, I have a question for you. Did you like Tenchu?
I loved Tenchu. Tenchu 2 was one of my all-time favourite PlayStation 1 games. I didn't...
Wrath of Shadow?
See, now, you like that one a lot more than
I like Tenchu Z, so whatevs. That game was great.
I mean, it was okay.
It was good, man.
Tenchu 2 with the level builder, that's where it was at. That was where it was at. I enjoyed that.
Rikimaru and...
Oh, I can't remember the other
Here with the letter begin with an A, which is cool.
I want to say Aori. Or something.
Her name was someone in Ninja Gaiden was also called that.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not Ayama. It doesn't matter. But
yeah,
my point was that's the go-to in gaming for like a really cool, like really just ice cool franchise set in the East. It tends to be Tenchu, other than Yakuza.
However,
Go on.
while it would be very, very, very cool to play as a ninja, maybe that's a little bit too stock. Maybe that's too obvious. Maybe it would take up the role of a wandering samurai, because basically
Way of the Samurai.
Well, Way of the Samurai is a great game to base it on. However, the tales behind Samurai is just so cool. Like the fact that people got so worried that they would hire these personal bodyguards, these imposingly fancy dressed guys to basically go with them and escort them. Being one of those and being able to travel the land and become a mercenary for hire, that to me,
Just for the template.
that would be a very cool game, because that would mean that you could see the width and breadth of Japan rather than it being localized into one thing. Like being a ninja is great. Like there's a reason why they're so popular.
Yes.
In our
We haven't had a
culture.
ninja in a game in a while.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because ninjas are over. I don't know, it's that thing where it's like whenever you see that, ninjas versus pirates, ninjas versus...
Oh, that's not been done in a while.
You know what I mean? I'm just like...
Oh,
maybe, I think that they should move in a completely new direction and allow you to choose who you work for and wander with your steed along there. Basically, just live the life.
I mean, that's fair. I think while we're here, we should also say that Way of the Samurai is a damn good franchise. Way of the Samurai 2, I was all in that. All up in
Big
that.
fan, big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's the mechanics. Like they need to. One of the things that everyone loved about Tenchu back in the day was just the grappling hook and the verticality of the levels.
Yeah.
If they make it so that you can, they bring all the Assassin's Creed mechanics, the parkour, the way their animation adapts to the scenery and whatever, and let you scale all sorts of really intricate, fancy temples and get the drop on dudes and sleep darts and smoke grenades and all that. Just give me all that. I completely rebel against the idea that ninjas are done. Ninjas are
I'm not saying that they're done. I'm just saying that I would like to see something really fresh with this, because like they're taking some time away. They're not doing a yearly release with this one. So the next one, Assassin's Creed Dynasty, will be a while till it comes out. Hopefully, it will mean that it will be polished on launch, which they've got a bad track record for that, but they could do it. So hopefully, going forward, we might get able to see some. Nice little features.
It's weird like this because Origins was one of the cases like when Assassin's Creed Unity happened and it was god awful in terms of the way that it run. I mean I like the story in that, but whatever. But it was one of those things where the series was on like its deathbed, and then Syndicate was all right. It was nice and solid. People like Evie and Jacob and Evie. Been a while since that game, but whatever. And the series has kind of been on like flatlining a little bit. Origins was great. I'll still stand by Origins. I still stand by that the opening is horrible, but whatever. But it got there, and I think the general like feel towards Assassin's Creed is a lot more positive than it was circa Unity. There's something to be capitalized on if they continue to give fans what they want.
I'm still waiting for that point to draw me back into the Assassin's Creed universe. I was there. I was there for Black Flag. I had a very, very fun time with Black Flag, and I enjoyed 2 quite a lot. But
So good.
It's one of those things where I've just waned in my interest has waned with the whole series. It just looks like the same carbon copy thing, and especially I was personally disappointed with Assassin's Creed Origin when they made such a hoo-ha about saying, oh, it's going to be brand new animations, we're going to do all this brand new work, and it's rebuilt from the ground up. And it was like I watched some people play it, and I was like, I would instantly be able to tell that this is an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that they innovated in certain ways. Like the combat is completely different. It's to mention Souls again. It's very Dark Souls.
Well, if the thing is they can move forward, if they can move forward with this and actually take up the ball and actually start running with it, then that'd be great.
They can also they could potentially finally show how the Hidden Blade is made. Because they can tap into the whole history of like Japanese ingenuity and go into that stuff, because that was what Origins was supposed to do. And then literally Anna, your like wife, is just like, found this. Do you want a hidden blade? And then Bayek's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That like, yeah, I'll use that.
Oh, just kicking about that.
Should we be the assassins? Do you want to call us the hidden ones and just be the? Yeah, do that. Like, where did that come from? That's still to be answered.
Besides
Assassin's Creed fan.
Scott's
trying to keep up with this.
So let us know down in the comment section below what you think about Assassin's Creed Dynasty or Dynasty. Let us know how you would prefer us to say that in the future.
It's Yakuza, mate.
And let us know whether or not you'd like Scott's idea of becoming the way of the ninja, or mine, the path of the samurai. Let us know down in the comment section below which one you prefer, as well as any new features that you would like to see in this new game. As always, I've been Jules, this has been Scott, you've been awesome, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.